The American Hoover Celebrity S3005-003 is done. Back together, all polished and ready to show you what she looks like and works like now. Yes, hello my vacuum cleaner chums. How are you today? Yes, if I step back and give centre stage to this UFO. It is done. Very, very shiny indeed, with a full machine polish and a lovely coat of wax. Now, as you can see, the paintwork is, actually it's better that way, look, a little bit pocked here and there. You know, it's seen some signs of use, but I would never get the colour right. And as you can see from a distance, it's okay. The shine certainly helps down there. You can barely see it at all. Underneath it is also quite shiny. I mean, it's got the usual wear where these things get full and sink down or catch the edge of stuff. But again, short of a full respray, there isn't much one can do about that, and frankly I'm not a good enough painter to do it. The plug, which, just checking, it doesn't actually have a sort of brand, it's just a generic boring fuse plug, has had its pins polished, and it is looking shiny once more to match this vacuum cleaner. The cable, I think, is original. It doesn't have crimped ends, but then again, you know, this machine is American, basically. So I'm not entirely sure if it would have done anyway. They've been tinned before, so you never know. If we pop the latch and lift up the top, we can reveal that inside is now spotless. Wasn't too bad at first look, if you remember the before video. And I really must have taken some more photos or some B-roll footage. I need to start doing B-roll because I didn't. This thing under here was filthy. It's been used without a bag at some point, and it flipping well showed. It was appalling inside here. So it's all been cleaned and polished, and the suppressor's taken out, the carbons are excellent, the fan's been washed. Basically back to a new machine. All we need to do is find something to fit in there to act as a pre-motor filter, because it's got a paper bag in it. And if you remember from the orange S5003-003 that we have had, I fitted a HEPA flow bag, and apparently the owner said that it wasn't that great, it doesn't fit too well. So this is, it's a Unifit bag and has a rubber seal, which fits on a lot better than the Qualtech style, the really cheap ones that just have a cardboard collar. So this is what it's staying in, because it's better than trying something else. We'll just stick a pre-motor filter on the top there and we can move on. There we go. Look, using these universal, this is what we used last time and it didn't work, so I have sacrificed one and we can get another one out of that, not that I have any more celebrities, and made what would be a vast improvement to the foam that would have had otherwise. So that is what I would call done. And the reason I didn't use, and I did pick up actually, although I didn't bring it downstairs, a Miele pre-motor filter, but it's very coarse. And the point of fact is here that, I picked up that, which I've used before, but with the paper bag, some fine dust is going to be, it's not sealed anyway really, but once it's sucked down over the suction vents, it will at least stop any fine dust that does leak out of the bag entering the motor. So that is the machine. What else do we have? Well, as from the unboxing, we have the hose with its, and I bet this was a thing on the brochures, a 3-position suction control, which basically is just the bog standard air release valve from the hose. So we have the hose, and when we unboxed it, all we really had was that and the wands, which are here. But because this, and if you watch my channel, all the other various constellations that I've been unboxing recently all belong to the same bloke, and I had a lot of tools kicking around, so what I thought I would do was in this video we'll get rid of them, and I've cleaned them all up. So we have a floor and wall brush, a smaller dusting brush, and I think not genuine, but it fits, upholstery tool, and that's not faded, that is the colour of the plastic, but it fits, you know, beggars can't be choosers. We have a genuine Hoover crevice tool, a dusting brush, and one of 2, this is the worst one of the 2 I think, because it's just got a little bit blotchy, floor tool, all refurbished, all nice and clean. This is one style. The other one, which you'll see in another video of another machine, has the 2 smaller wheels. This has the 2 large wheels and fixes on like that. This has a little metal bracket holding the neck on. So these may as well all go with this. I've just kept one of the floor tools so I can demo the constellations. But you know, he's having it all anyway. It may as well just all go at the same time, and the machines will meet up. The only slight pain in the bum is that this floor tool has this dusting brush has twisted. Yes, it's got its pip at the other side, and I can't twist it back. And I don't want to force it, because if I snap that off, that's a decent dusting brush. It's very decent. The brushes are superb, so I don't particularly want to be doing that. All of these are pretty good actually. Lots of length on those. I've seen those worn down and have worn that plastic in a bit down. So that's good. So we have a nice complete, probably more than this would have come with originally, tool set. And I can stop having them lying around. But to start with, we need this to give it a demonstration. So I pulled you back up. Oh, we'll get rid of this modern thing. At the time of filming this, I'm using as a daily for 6 months, and I'll tell you what, I'm not enjoying it that much. And we'll get rid of this empty box as well, and we shall connect this up to the Magic Pixie supply. Dyson has just fallen down in the background, as it so often likes to do. Yeah, at the minute it glides fairly nicely on the rug as well, but it works. Really well. If you remember the orange one that I have done, that didn't work quite as well, and I've got a feeling it was a little bit bent. As in, it runs okay, but I think it just had a few issues. This doesn't. This is actually very straight. Obviously, it's metal, so if it's been completely smashed about in life, and maybe this bottom bit isn't sitting quite straight, they don't float as well. This holds its own hose up and floats around. Really well indeed. Let's get the wands on. Nice pit fit Hoover tools. Well, let's just put the brushes down because we don't want those on the carpet. I know for sure this is the floor tool it would have had, because my orange celebrity had the American style of floor tool. This is the British style, but it fits. If we... I think the brushes will come back down again. Yeah. I'm not a fan of these floor tools. But, oh, it works really well. It grooms better than the Dyson. I mean, it's better on hard. It likes to spin itself around a lot. I'm sure that brush rock, that floor tool is now really full of fluff, which is a bit of a pain in the bum. But, you know, hey ho, we can switch to the hard floor and wall brush. Although it's now very, very short for my fat tool body. And we can clean walls. I didn't realise I was in shop. Uh-oh. Look at even angles. And it cleans hard floors very well indeed. We are spoilt for choice with not one, but two dusting brushes. One normal style round one. And one flatter one. This hasn't got its pip on it. But it looks okay. And then we mustn't forget the crevice tool for the crevicey parts of your knife. And the upholstery tool. Really is nice to go back to just having a hose in my hand and not a massive cordless vacuum. Right. Well, now it's a little bit of housework done. Let's sum up. And it's a bit of a bittersweet sum up really again because, you know, I tried to live with one of these for a month and it's fine. And had a really bad time, mainly because mine was knackered. And it took a donor machine to find out that it was missing one of the motor clips that holds the motor housing together. But, you know, hey ho, it was done then. Let me just unplug it. Be careful of my lights because that one has a broken wire on it. We take the hose out by depressing the hose lock. Pop that there so it looks like I roughly know what I'm doing. Wrap up the cord hook, and this differs to the orange one because the orange one didn't have a front cord hook. You had to sort of go around the front of the handle. This at least has two cord hooks, although sorely missing. I don't have one to hand, a clip for the plug. So it's there, is ever so slowly losing its grip on reality, just like myself, and will crash and burn soon. But there we go, the USA import Hoover Celebrity. And this actually completes the set, because on my channel we've seen the orange one, this yellow one, and the Hoover Ranger, the U4003. That also came across on the same boat from wherever. So that's cool. We've had the entire American set that came over in the 1970s And yeah, oh, and the orange constellation. I was thinking I was missing something. The orange constellation, which again I do have, and okay, that was all rubbish really. I should probably have done that in the after video of that Hoover constellation, but never mind, you get the idea. So, there we go, this can now be boxed up, going back to its lovely owner, and I can start to move on. Look, this belongs to the same guy, look. Have a Rose Hoover Jr. to sit next to it. And I can carry on working my way through the pile of stuff. This one's also his actually. This lovely, although not completely finished because it needs paint, Hoover 612, which has been polished and is back together but not finished. It won't be for a while because it's completely the wrong weather here in the UK to do painting. The day of filming this, we have had that storm Kira, which has taken down my next door neighbour's fence. So yeah, lots of work to do for my friend Mr. Anthony, but hey ho, it's all fun and games. So as always, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for your continued support, your comments, your likes, your subscriptions. And I will see you soon. Bye bye.